Oh, absolutely. A 70-30 split, no way. I mean, there was maybe 1% of fans here that were Warriors fans, and that's something that's been an issue here in the Golden One Center. I mean, 16 years of missing the playoffs. You're going to have some bad crowds, and road fans are going to easily be able to take over an arena. We see it all the time with the 49ers, especially down in SoFi Stadium in L.A., and that's kind of what the Warriors used to be able to do here in Sacramento at the Golden One Center. But the Kings are good again. The fans were fired up. These tickets, the most expensive first-round tickets in the history of the NBA for this series, and it doesn't matter how expensive it was. The fans showed up. They were loud, making for an incredible atmosphere as the Kings take a 1-0 series lead on the Warriors. An incredible atmosphere inside the Golden One Center for the first playoff game in Sacramento in 17 years. A sellout crowd on its feet for seemingly all of warm-ups. A NorCal rivalry for the first round of the playoffs with the Kings hosting the Warriors for Game 1 of this series. And after a slow start for both teams, Domas Sabonis with the big dunk in the first quarter. That pulls Sac within 3. Trey Lyles having a big game today. Coming off the bench, he hits the 3 to make it 27-25. He finishes with 16 tonight. But the Warriors have a 2-point lead after the first quarter. Andrew Wiggins with the finger roll, playing his first game since before the All-Star break. He finishes with 17 points in 28 minutes as a reserve. Alex Len, a surprise off the bench for Sacramento. A couple of dunks in the second quarter to tie things up at 35. 4 points, but more importantly, 7 rebounds. Then Stephen Curry from deep. That puts the Warriors up 45-44. Malik Monk making his playoff debut, the driving layup. Kings are down 53-51. Late in the first half, Curry with the deep 2, and the Warriors go into the break up 61-55. Golden State grabs a 10-point lead in the third quarter, but the Kings battle back. Monk gives the Kings a 91-90 lead going into the fourth quarter, 32 points. And how about his Kentucky teammate, De'Aaron Fox, taking over in the second half? The driving layup to go up 101-97, a game-high 38 points. And this is a back-and-forth game down the stretch. Klay Thompson from deep to go up 108-107, 21 for him. But here come the Kings in transition. Sabonis' dunk puts them up 119-114, a double-double for Sabonis, 12 points and 16 boards. Final seconds of the game, Sac's holding on to a 1-point lead. Golden State trying to grab the lead, but the 3 is off the mark, and the Kings come away with a 126-123 win to take a 1-0 lead in this series. All right, we now bring in our Kirsten Keller. My apologies to you for not introducing you to our audience earlier, but an incredible atmosphere. The city was alive, and you felt it really the past couple of days. You were hanging out at the playoff playground yesterday. You felt the excitement and the anticipation, and it all came to a head today in a fantastic atmosphere here inside the Golden One Center.
I think yesterday really set the tone with the playoff playground across the street and just seeing fans come out in Doco and support the Sacramento Kings. And not only that, but coming in to the arena today, I was like, I'm going to get here at 2 o'clock for fans at home because I wanted to avoid the madness of all the fans being here. And they really showed up and they really showed out. Not only that, but even at halftime, just going to the media room and transition, you saw everybody was electric just in the concourse. And so not only that, but head coach Mike Brown and the players talked after the game just about how much the fans really helped propel the momentum and being able to take this win and getting the first game of this playoff series. Take a listen.
You know, I had a vision of what it would be like to make the playoffs here in Sac, and it was a lot of long days, just working and just being in the facility, being in these games. And so, you know, to run out there tonight and to see that and to see the fans, you know, it was exciting, but, you know, honestly, it was a little emotional just being a part of that and really just happy for the fans.
And you can feel the energy. My son, Elijah, told me when he got to the building, he texted me right before the game. He said, Dad, the energy in the air is unbelievable. And this is before tip-off. So, you know, I applaud our fans. We're going to need them to continue to be there for us night in, night out.
I actually thought it would be more Warriors fans in because I've played them 4 times a year for the last 6 years, and I've seen it. But so I think Sacramento showed out tonight. I think it was Trey walked by and he was like, yo, this is the loudest arena that I've ever played in. And we've talked about that before. We know what this fan base is about and what they want to do. And like I said, we want to win for ourselves and for each other and for everybody in this organization. But doing this for the fans, just knowing the way that they support this team, you know, through thick and thin, like through really thin. I think it's just a testament to the way they are.
Few people understand this fan base like De'Aaron Fox does. He's been here his entire career. And something to talk about just how good this atmosphere was. I heard members of the media, they were talking, and they heard people, overheard fans saying how walk around the concourse during the game and it's totally empty because everybody was in their seats for the entire game. This place was full 20 minutes before tip-off, and people were on their feet. It was incredible.
Yeah, I have to say that, normally there is that lull, that's kind of that period in between after halftime that you feel like people are trickling in. And at this time, I didn't feel like that. I felt like the game maybe had a slower pace starting in the third quarter, but fans were in their seat ready to go and everybody was ready to see that action. And you saw it throughout the game. There was no point where the Warriors at most were ahead by 10 points in the third quarter. And so when you really saw the Kings go back and forth with the Warriors and then exchanging leads, you saw the crowd come alive, especially, I have to say, in my opinion, Trey Lyles, when he hit those back-to-back shots, and then you saw Malik Monk get in and De'Aaron Fox at the end there to I don't want to say pull away because there was never ever either team pulled away. So the fans, I think, really, really helped the Kings in their first postseason appearance, and I think as we're going to be excited to learn as from the media and just everybody around how this is going to translate in San Francisco.
And this is why home court advantage is such a big deal. The Kings win the 3 seed. They guaranteed home court advantage for this first series. The Warriors have been a terrible team on the road all season long, only 11 wins away from the Chase Center over the course of 41 games on the road. They were only able to get 11 wins on the road. But you see the home court advantage come through, and that's why the Kings wanted to get a top 4 seed so badly.
I was shocked to see that the Warriors, I didn't think that they would be really dominant, knowing how good the Kings have played this season, but I thought that their experience would come in here and would really show. And the Kings maybe would shy away from the big, the lights and all the playoff, everything that comes with being in the postseason.
All the pressure.
Yes, all the pressure. And so to see them really just excel tonight and not, I don't even think they've hit their full potential yet. I thought that there's still more to go. And I think Monday, now that they have this confidence, I think Mike Brown will also check them a little bit like, hey, don't get too cocky. Now you have to keep this momentum going and build from it because the Warriors are going to be studying them hard. I imagine on Monday, the pressure is only going to be tougher than it was tonight.
The old adage, the old cliche is a playoff series doesn't start until the road team wins. You only need to win one. Warriors only need to win one if they want to steal home court advantage. They lost the first one. Kings have a 1-0 series lead, but game 2, see what happens in that one. That's going to be on Monday here at the Golden One Center. Rucker?